Hi, in today's tutorial we are going to make these adorable Libbey beer can glasses together using color change vinyl with metallic vinyl layered on top. So first we're going to upload our file. So I'm going to go to upload image and browse. I'm going to go out and I'm going to find my file. Make sure, since we're doing this in permanent vinyl, we'll want to cut and not print and cut, so make sure you're getting the SVG file. And then go ahead and upload that, select it, and add it to your canvas. Perfect, and here it is. And this file is sized to fit the 16-ounce Libbey beer can glass perfectly. So the only thing you have to do is decide how you want to cut it, what colors do you want to use. And what I've done with the file over here, if you ungroup, you can see the different layers. So the dots are one layer, the outline of the shamrocks are one layer, the shamrocks are a layer, and then the lucky and the lucky outline are two separate layers. And I kept these all, it's a lot of layers, but my intention is actually to use just two colors, but I kept the layers ungrouped. So you can mix and match. You can do what you want. Maybe you want the lucky in the middle to be the same color as your shamrocks. Maybe you don't. With it set up this way, it's your choice. So what I'm going to actually do is everything that's green, I'm going to select and attach, which means it'll cut together on the same mat, because I'm going to use color change from white to green vinyl. And then everything that is black, I'm going to group and attach so it all cuts together on one mat. And I'm actually going to use textured metallic gold for that. So over here, I'm going to pull in all the black. So I have my 3 black layers and I'm going to attach them. And that's now going to make just one layer. When I go to cut it, I'm going to take my 2 green layers, I'm going to attach them, and that is going to be my second layer when I go to cut it. Since we have 2 layers, what we're going to do is we're going to add little markers to help us line them up better. So I'm going to come over here to shapes, and I'm just going to select this rectangle. This one has rounded corners, but it doesn't have to. And I'm going to make sure it fits. Need 2 to line them up, and I'm going to fit it in here in between the design. And they don't have to be aligned with each other, but I'm just going to. I'm going to highlight them, and I'm going to duplicate. And I'm going to make sure that they are all lined up. So I'm going to center all of those. Now what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to select my green layer. And I'm going to pick 2 of these over here. And I'm going to attach. And that's going to turn it green. And then I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to select my whole layer. And I'm going to attach. And that turned it black. And what you can do then is once you have it cut out, you're going to line these up using these little rectangles. And then you'll just peel them off and you won't put them on your glass. But the reason why, you don't always have to do this. A lot of times you can just eyeball it using a parchment paper layer in between. But the reason why I'm doing this for this particular one is this is a tricky one because we are putting a metallic texture on top of a normal weight vinyl. And with the metallic texture, it doesn't stick very well to the transfer tape. So you'll see once we get into it that it can be tricky to line them up, and you want to move it as little as possible. So having these two squares, it's a quick and easy way to do it. And if you notice too, I put my squares within the design. I don't want to put them out here because then it's a wrap. So then you're gonna possibly run into something over here. So let's go ahead and make it. I'm gonna cut mine out on a mat. And the first, since it is color change vinyl, I'm going to use the setting regular vinyl, just with a little bit more pressure. Now I'm using more pressure because I have an older blade on my machine, but if you have a new blade, then just go ahead and use the normal amount of pressure. So come down here, it's the last one, done, and more pressure. And then when I come down to this one, just to show you, I am going to, there's actually a textured metallic setting. And I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to use a little more pressure. Here's my white to green color change vinyl from Tech Wrap. This is actually my first time using it, so I'm excited to see how it turns out. The color change has a film coating on it, so make sure you don't forget to pull that off. Okay, now we weed. If yours has weird streaks all the way across it, you forgot to take off the protective covering. Normally I would layer first and then put it on the glass, but because this is the metallic on top of a normal or a color change vinyl, it's really difficult because you can't use the strong grip or transfer tape, and to use normal medium grip transfer tape, you might be able to do it. You peel the backing of the vinyl away from the transfer tape, so you brandish it really well, then you turn it upside down and you peel it away. But with the medium grip transfer tape I use, I just never have any luck doing it that way. So I'm going to put this layer and secure it to my glass first. So I'm going to take my transfer tape. To line it up, I am going to put it on top of the parchment paper, but I'm going to leave, oh, I need a little bit more than that. I'm going to leave a little lip, but no vinyl hanging over the edge. And I will show you why. So let's take this, put this back. And then I'm gonna line this up, and I'm gonna put this, make sure it is in between on the flat part. So nothing's awkwardly hanging over on that bump. I need to move it down this way a little bit more. And then what I'm gonna do is I am going to push it around, and I'm going to take a look and see how it lines up, see if it looks straight. And everything looks good. So I'm gonna release the parchment paper. I'm gonna lift it up, but I'm gonna keep the tape taped down. I'm gonna pull it back a little bit. And then I'm going to apply it. Okay, there's our first layer. And don't worry, we will peel these off when we're done. But now the question is, how do we get this metallic vinyl on top, because we can't use the strong grip transfer tape. The medium transfer tape, at least my medium transfer tape, won't pull it up. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to use painter's tape and shipping tape. I accidentally stumbled upon the fact that painter's tape will stick to glitter and metallic vinyl, but it will also not damage the vinyl, the regular vinyl underneath. Is there a better product out there that's a little more transparent? Probably. I'm not sure what it is. I have this in my house now, so this is what I'm going to use. But if you do know of a product that works on both without doing any damage, leave a comment below. I would love to know what it is. So I'm just going to cut it into strips. I'm going to apply it on top like you would transfer tape. And I'm going to overlap it a little bit, each layer. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I leave this open because I want to be able to see these so I can line them up with the cup. Okay, you can't see it, but it's there. Just make sure it is facing the correct direction. And then I'll line these up. And then don't forget to peel off your squares.